Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. My hope is that you're already a subscriber and you're learning about marriage the right way. We're very different from virtually every other resource because we wrap everything around the reasons why you got married in the first place. Love and happiness. Isn't that why you got married? It's so crazy how people get off on all kinds of sidetracks and none of them help. So this topic is a very valuable one. And you should know that if you have a question, you could write into our counselors. It's a free service. And this may have actually come from one of those questions where they asked me to speak about this topic, which is, my husband said he doesn't like my attitude. That can be really painful, doesn't it? And the reason why is because we have very, I'm going to call them natural filters and barriers. And what happens is we have a body and we have a mind. We're souls, but we have those two. It's part of how creation works. And what happens is the body, which is comprised of trillions of cells, are all clamoring for self-preservation. And you know this from high school or middle school. I don't know when they teach biology. But self-preservation is the name of the game for everything that is living. It's intelligent, can't think, but it's intelligent, and it's constantly pinging your mind, saying, we have to protect ourselves against everything, including an insult. Because the mind changes the context of this self-preservation from a primitive survival to a more comprehensive, sophisticated survival of you as an individual. And so if you're being attacked, which that comment is an attack when your husband says he doesn't like your attitude, it's an attack. And the mind goes, whoa. And its first reaction is, there's nothing wrong with my attitude. Or you have a deep feeling of, oh no. And that's the fight or flight that we are all familiar with, isn't it? But what's really important is this, that we understand how the mind works. You know, you can't even experience happiness without understanding your mind, because true happiness is not of the mind, it's of the soul. So that's a place to start, is understanding that as the soul, you are endowed with joy, infinite joy. But we have this mind, and it literally gets cluttered up with all of these defense mechanisms, all of these calculations, and we become trapped in the mind's machinations, and we don't align ourselves with ourself, the soul. So we feel what the mind is feeling instead of what the soul is feeling. And that's what's going on with this. So if your husband is telling you he doesn't like your attitude, stop the process and go, okay. And don't ask your husband. You don't want to really get into it with your husband. You need to do self-analysis. And you say to yourself, my attitude, there must be something wrong with my attitude. He didn't just make this up. He's not just trying to get me. There must be something wrong with my attitude. And this is the key to success as a person, is, and we call it self-analysis or introspection. And we use the word dispassionate introspection, dispassionate, so you're not getting rattled by your own analysis of your own reactions and all of that. And that way you know what you need to work on. Now here is a very important thing, talking about working on. What has taken place in the world of marriage help is the psychological community deals with problems in the mind. And somehow they have become invested in helping people with their marriages. And so they transfer these skills, if you will, over to marriage help, but they don't apply. Because if you want something to work, if you want to achieve a goal, then you don't look at the problems. You look at what is necessary to achieve that goal, and those are the things that you work on. Now in marriage, what you want to achieve, and tell me if I'm wrong, is happiness. You got married to be happy. And the other thing you got married for is learning how to love unconditionally. Now, I didn't say to get unconditional love, because you can't control your husband or your wife, but learning how to love unconditionally. And that is a way of cultivating this bridge, you might say, from the depth of your soul to your outer world. And that's what's necessary here. Now, I've got a couple of books, we have articles, we have many, many videos, and if you learn how to be married, there's no reason for you to not be in marital bliss, literally. And that's what we do at the Marriage Foundation. We teach people how to be married. And if their marriage is in deep trouble, yours, by the way, doesn't sound like it's in deep trouble if he's just saying you have an attitude problem, then one of the books will be fine. Reading the articles will be fine. Watching these videos will be fine. But for those of you who are slipping towards divorce because things are getting progressively worse, then take a look at the Course for Women. It is a game changer. It's guaranteed. It works. It's great. And you could look at the reviews and see what I'm talking about. So we're at the Marriage Foundation only. We're exclusively about marriage, pre-marriage, pre-dating, and marriage. And we want to help you if you need it. So, again, I'm Paul Friedman. Like this video. Leave a comment if you wish. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I want to let those of you who are regular subscribers, I want you to know that if you have an interest in becoming a TMF counselor, I'm in the process of creating a course for that now. We're going to be pre-selling it pretty soon, so let us know if you have an interest, and we'll let you know when that's ready for you to sign up. And I'm Paul Friedman, and thank you for spending time with me. God bless you, and take care.